What if one kiss could destroy 2 marriages, wreck a billion-dollar business, and turn a romantic night into global humiliation? That's exactly what happened when the Coldplay concert Kiss Cam landed on 2 high-ranking executives. And what the world witnessed wasn't just awkward, it was explosive.
2 Coldplay concert goers caught canoodling during the show at Gillette Stadium in Massachusetts.
Astronomer CEO Andy Byron has resigned.
Coldplay threw a couple on the Kiss Cam. Turns out they were having an affair? I don't think even Coldplay can fix this.
In front of 65,000 screaming fans, a tech CEO and his head of HR snuggled up, thinking no one would notice. But the cameras did, and what followed was the most public unraveling of a double life in internet history. This isn't just a cheating scandal, this is a masterclass in deception, betrayal, and the terrifying power of going viral. And wait until you hear what the husband revealed. A perfect life, or so it seemed. Andrew Kitt wasn't just a successful businessman, he was the face of a growing premium rum brand, a devoted husband, and the proud owner of a stunning $2 million home in Massachusetts. His wife, Kristin, was right there beside him, not just as a partner in life, but also in business. She helped manage his company's HR, shaped internal culture, and was deeply involved in daily operations. To outsiders, they were the ultimate team, respected, admired, and seemingly inseparable. Neighbors called them the couple everyone wanted to be.
I think cheating is an abomination, okay? And this man has a wife, he has children, these kids are gonna have to watch and see this. They don't look, I would be devastated if I was his wife.
From family holidays to business launches, Kristin was always smiling, always present. They had built their life together from the ground up, a beautiful home, a trusted team, and a shared dream. Kristin was known for remembering birthdays of staff members and organizing company retreats. Everyone believed she was fully invested in Andrew's vision. But behind that perfect image, something else was brewing. Something calculated cold and hidden in plain sight. While Andrew worked late to grow their empire, Kristin was allegedly planning how to leave it all behind. The night that shattered everything.
More reaction to the story everyone's talking about. The CEO caught on Kiss Cam at a Coldplay concert, snuggling with his head of human resources.
On a quiet Tuesday night, Andrew was at home helping the kids with homework. Kristin said she had a work event. Nothing unusual, but instead of a boardroom, Kristin took a seat at a Coldplay concert next to Andy Byron, her CEO. They weren't hiding. They were close, comfortable, and completely unaware that the Kiss Cam would soon zoom in on them. The crowd laughed. Coldplay's Chris Martin even joked, either they're having an affair or they're just really shy.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
But it wasn't funny for Andrew. He started getting messages. Then his neighbor's kid showed him a video. Kristin was on screen, smiling next to another man in the seat Andrew was supposed to be in. That wasn't just a betrayal, it was a broadcast. Kristin had used the ticket meant for her husband to attend the concert with someone else, and she chose the most public way possible to show it. For Andrew, it wasn't just shocking, it was devastating. His wife's secret wasn't revealed in a private message. It was exposed in front of 65,000 people and millions more online. Viral chaos and the text that changed it all.
The CEO of a billion-dollar business is in damage control after his affair with a colleague was exposed.
Don't cheat on your wife, that makes you a scumbag. Let's just start there, full stop.
Didn't take long. Minutes after the Kiss Cam moment lit up the stadium screen, the internet went into overdrive. Andrew's phone started buzzing, first one message, then another. And then it became a flood. Friends were texting, co-workers were calling, and even distant relatives were suddenly tagging him in videos. Then came the moment that broke him. The neighbor's kid walked in, holding up a tablet and asking, "Uncle, is this your wife?" There, frozen on the screen, was Kristin, glowing under the concert lights, nestled against another man. Not just any man, but someone Andrew trusted professionally. What made it worse? Andrew had a ticket to that concert. He was supposed to be there. That seat Kristin occupied had been his. She hadn't just betrayed him emotionally, she had physically removed him from the moment that would unravel their lives. The realization hit hard. She didn't forget about him. She replaced him, and now the world knew it before he even had a chance to react. The woman behind the smile. Kristin Kitt was never just Andrew's wife. She was the polished, dependable figure who helped stabilize his growing business. As the head of HR, she handled sensitive matters, mentored new hires, and even managed conflict resolution. She was trusted, respected, and admired, but the same skills that made her so valuable in the boardroom may have also made her deception impossible to detect. She knew how to navigate people. She knew how to stay invisible while planning something massive. And now it appeared she'd use that knowledge for something far more personal. Financial documents later surfaced showing Kristin had opened a separate bank account months before the concert. Records showed quiet transfers, asset withdrawals, and liquidations, all hidden under routine paperwork. To the outside world, she was working on the company's future. Internally, she was allegedly preparing for her escape. This wasn't a mistake caught in a weak moment. It looked more like a long game, a carefully mapped strategy. A strategy that used her access, her influence, and her husband's complete trust to lay the foundation for a brand new life without him. The internet investigation begins. Within hours of the kiss cam moment going viral, the internet transformed into a full-blown investigation unit. Reddit threads exploded with theories, timelines, and screenshots. TikTok creators began dissecting body language. Twitter users posted side-by-side photos from past company events, Kristin and Andy looking a little too comfortable, a little too familiar. People weren't just reacting, they were investigating.
Who blew the whistle? The two executives caught on that now infamous Coldplay kiss cam were first identified on a TikTok account of someone who apparently works at the company. Oh my God, that looks like astronomer CEO Andy Byron and astronomer chief people officer Kristin Cabot.
LinkedIn profiles were saved and archived before they could vanish. One user even managed to capture Kristin's entire work history before she allegedly deleted it. Every job title, every promotion, every project. Now evidence in the court of public opinion. Then came the Venmo trail. Small payments with innocent captions like coffee, dinner, and thanks for last night began surfacing.
This cam zeroes in on mortified tech CEO Andy Byron and alleged HR chief mistress Kristin Cabot.
Kristin turned around in shame and then fled. It was very clear that something was awry. The Coldplay singer even calls attention to it like they might be having an affair or they're just very shy.
Each one hinted at a pattern, not a one-time mistake, but an ongoing relationship that had lived just beneath the surface. By the end of the night, online sleuths had constructed a rough timeline of the affair, and it was damning. This wasn't just a personal secret, it was a web of deception allegedly woven over months, if not years. And the internet wasn't letting go. Fallout at the top. The scandal wasn't just viral, it was radioactive. Less than 24 hours after the concert, sources say Andy Byron's tech company held an emergency board meeting. And it wasn't to discuss quarterly earnings. An official statement followed quickly. Our leaders are expected to set the standard. The words were simple, but the message was clear. Andy's position was no longer tenable. His leadership, his judgment, and his decisions were now under fire, all because of one televised moment. Internally, there was chaos. Employees were allegedly told not to comment. HR policies were being reviewed. Investors were making quiet calls to lawyers. And Kristin, her professional future crumbled just as fast. The very department she led, Human Resources, was the one designed to prevent scandals like this. Now, she was at the center of one. Her email went silent. Her profile disappeared. Her calendar cleared. She was allegedly gone, removed from internal systems, scrubbed from public pages, and, as one source put it, treated like a ghost overnight. But while Andy and Kristin tried to disappear, it was Andrew and Andy's wife, Megan, who were left picking up the emotional pieces. Both blindsided, both innocent, and both publicly humiliated. The aftermath nobody saw coming. Kristin's betrayal wasn't just personal, it was systematic. She hadn't just crossed a line emotionally. She had allegedly blurred the boundary between love and ambition, between marriage and manipulation. And now, the truth was unraveling piece by piece. For Andrew, the damage wasn't just emotional, it was existential. The woman he trusted most had allegedly used their marriage as a shield to protect something else. A hidden life, a secret agenda. Every family trip, every staff meeting, every late night spent working side by side was now being re-examined through a lens of suspicion. Their $2 million dream home, once filled with plans for the future, was now being referred to online as the most expensive crime scene in Massachusetts. Every room carried the weight of a decision Kristin had allegedly already made. The dining table where business ideas were drafted, the hallway where the kids' school projects hung. Now they symbolized a version of life that was never real. And then came the quote. A friend of Andrew's, speaking off the record, allegedly said something that froze the internet. She didn't just cheat, she replaced him in real time. It was no longer just about love lost. It was about identity, legacy, and being blindsided by someone who knew exactly where to strike. A global meme with real victims. In a digital age where everything is documented, the Coldplay kiss cam didn't just catch a moment, it immortalized it. Memes, remixes, reaction videos. Within hours, the scandal became part of pop culture. Coldplay Cuddlegate began trending globally. The video became a viral template for betrayal. But behind the jokes and hashtags were real people, real families, and real devastation. Imagine having to explain to your kids why their mom is being recognized in public, not for an award, but for a kiss caught on camera. Imagine sitting at a business meeting while someone across the table whispers, "Isn't that the guy from the Coldplay video?" Andrew didn't just lose his marriage, he lost his privacy, his dignity, and the brand he'd spent years building. Megan, Andy Byron's wife, was suddenly dragged into a headline she never asked to be part of. Her quiet, private life was now the internet's favorite mystery, and perhaps the most unsettling part. The alleged affair wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Kristin and Andy had allegedly used every available tool, from private payments to internal company trips, to keep their secret alive. And when it came crashing down, it didn't just affect them. It sent shockwaves through their families, their companies, and millions of strangers watching it unfold in real time. What started as a simple concert moment has now become one of the most dissected relationship scandals in internet history. A kiss cam turned into a digital microscope, exposing not just a secret, but an entire network of choices, lies, and consequences. Kristin Kitt didn't just lose her husband, she allegedly lost her company, her reputation, and the future she had once helped build. Andy Byron, once a rising name in tech, is now reportedly facing the end of his leadership career. But the most painful part? The people who weren't even involved, Andrew Kitt and Megan Byron, are the ones left carrying the emotional weight. The story is no longer about a kiss. It's about how one moment, one camera, and one decision can set off a chain reaction that destroys lives in front of millions. So ask yourself this, in a world where everything is captured, everything is saved, and everything can go viral, then what would happen if your darkest secret played on the big screen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you believe betrayal should never stay hidden, hit that like button, subscribe for more real-life stories that feel like movies. And remember, this saga isn't over. It's only just begun.